Good morning, people ready and waiting for Sunday morning's movement snack. This is me, Kelsey Leverton, standing rather awkwardly for a 5-minute stand, but all the same in some beautiful countryside setting out here in Leicestershire. Barrow upon Soar we're coming from today. I must say it's rather nice. Hopefully people are going to be signing in with us shortly. Let's get the first movement missioners on the register today. I'm sure I'm on the right group today, people. Hopefully you're up and ready, dressed or perhaps not dressed, but definitely ready to start moving with me this morning. Here we have our first taker. Who is it? And our second. We're coming on now. I feel like a horse racing commentator then. Commentator, that's the right word, isn't it? So who's saying hello to me this morning? Bex is in. And Bex, we're on the right group. Yes, double, triple checked. But you are in first, so that has still made me worried. Who's coming in next to say hello and good morning? So we just got Bex, and Bex again. We've got our morning routine in the lovely sun. Well, the sun's coming up. It's casting one or two shadows, so we'll have to see how that goes today on my feet. I've got some bright, not bright as you know me bright, but some brightish treads on today, so hopefully you should see my feet moving around. Right, here's a few coming in. Super G is in. Good morning. And Trevor, the guys are in first today, apart from Bex, of course. Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful day here. We had a thunder and lightning storm come across last night, which was really exciting. I love a good thunder and lightning storm. But yeah, it's beautiful today. Not a spot of rain just yet, although I have just probably tempted massively fate there. Right, who else is on our movement register for this Sunday morning? So we're Sunday the 26th of July, aren't we? I'm holding my skiing position at the moment so that I daren't move my chair. It's on slats. I'd normally drag my chair in and get a bit closer to you, wouldn't I? But not today. I've got to hold this knee bend pose whilst I talk to you for 5 minutes. So Mrs. Peasing, good morning. Apostolis, welcome back on your Sunday. You normally do a weekend missioning, don't you, with us movers. Maddie's in, good morning. It's sunny in Dagenham as well. We normally get the standard weather report from across the UK, don't we, in these preambles. But hopefully you're feeling well. Yeah, my thighs are starting to hurt. It's good for knee strength though. I'll keep telling myself that. Stay right, stay on the right. It's good for the knees. Yep, I'm going to have to straighten up in a minute and do a few of those back extensions, aren't I? From this position and get my shoulders relaxed back and down. We got some stuff that will sort that out, haven't we, today? Yes, we have. How are we doing for time, people? It's grey and rainy in where Red Rita is, in Germany. Debbie's there. Yes, it is Debbie. It's lovely here. We got the canoes out yesterday. My cousin came up with the canoes and we chucked them on the water. I mean, I've done three years worth of 100-mile canoe tests, so you would have thought I'd been all right, but I am terrible at steering. My husband and I went in the reeds just a bit further down there. Morning, Laura. Morning, my lovely cousin. Hope you're well. Diana Wines is in as well, and Carol's in. We're clocking up some numbers now. Sheila's in with the collective. Sunny in Wisbeck. Is it Wisbeach or Wisbeck? I can never sort that out in my head. And Madame Skelton is in the house as well. Francis from Bristol. And Bob's in. So we're clocking up some numbers now, people. We're on a go, go, go. I'm fairly glad because my thighs are giving me some ache. And I need to get up out of this bended position here. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. Good morning and welcome. Today is your 8 a.m. movement snack with me, Kelsey Leverton, from a lovely sunny outdoor location on the River Soar. We are in Barrow-upon-Soar in Leicestershire, and today is Sunday the 26th of July, and we're going to get moving before it starts raining. Yeah, let's do this. So sweep the comments to the side. I will go back and reply to all of your comments a little bit later. We, the team, always look back and give you a wave back as well. So here we go. Here's my hip distance position. 1 foot on each slat here. Lift and lengthen up through your legs. Take up some support either in front of you or with one hand to the side of you if you need it this morning. Just take a moment to think about what's going on with your posture. And if you're staying sat down for your movement snack, then hip walk forwards into the front third of the chair, and again think and consider about your posture. What's it up to this morning? Is there anywhere that aches a bit or feels a bit stiffer this morning? And we're going to sort that out. Circulation boosting first. Lifting the feet and clearing the feet is our leg march. Or if you want to start just by leaving the balls of the feet down and pumping the heels in seated or standing, you have a go at that. Into a full leg march, so you're picking up the knees a little bit higher, not too high. We want to get this circulation moving a little bit more around your body, but we don't want to bring on an effect that makes you really huffy and puffy by the end of this minute or two should I say, circ boost. If you want to stop with the legs there, take a pause and bring an arm swing in. If you're happy to keep legs moving as you drip feed, perhaps one arm and then maybe another arm in. So we've got all 4 limbs moving around, your good posture in the centre, your shoulders, the movement swinging from the shoulders there. You can just see the elbows are about held at 90 degrees there as you move through the arm swing. With a bit of luck, we've got opposite arm to leg on the go. This is a tricky chair to sit in. I'm a bit lower than, my knees are a bit higher than my hips. So my hips are having to work quite hard there. I'm coming back to heel pumps. That's a bit easier on hips if they start to ache. Alternatively, with this, you can bring in a bit of an arm row. It's up to you. So you're just guiding the elbow back. You can keep the feet pumping or not. It's entirely up to you. All right, let's take a pause there then. If you want to take up a position where your feet are a bit wider, that will help you with your standing stability. And just keep the knees soft. If you're in the chair, of course, we're in that forwards position on the chair where your bottom is on the front third. Shoulder lifts and circles, off we go. So, arms long by your side, lifting up. Now here I'm freestanding. My balance feels okay. But if you do need something behind you, then if you've got a wall or a dresser or a worktop behind you, you can just take up a bit of support behind you, and that'll allow you to move your arms more freely. In the chair, just the same, lifting, lengthening out of your posture. Let's move it into the biggest you can do, shoulder circle. Now, if you can take a glance at yourself in the mirror here, or your reflection in something, have a look at how your shoulders are moving. Do they look symmetrical? Does one seem to move that bit more than the other? Does one feel different to the other? And on that stiffer or tighter side, you might want to just do 1 or 2 extra throughout the day of either both shoulders or one at a time. Take a pause there. Alright, so the other day George said that when we did chin tucks before head turns, that worked well for him and it felt looser around the neck. So let's have a go at that now and see what you lot think of it as well. So chin tucks first of all then. If you want to take up some support in standing, then place your fingertips just onto your chin. chin is level and eyes are level, dead ahead. So the chin tuck is where we retract the head straight back, and it's like you're moving your chin into your shell, your tortoise shell, lengthening up the muscles around the back of the neck, but also mobilizing the joints of the neck spine, and sitting the head on top of in a better postural position on top of your neck and shoulders. So shoulders are sorted, we've got a backwards down set, better postural position, and a chin tuck, a lengthened neck, a more open posture here, and that should do you nicely with 4 or 5 of those. Let's have a go at head turns then. So take up some support in front of you, or if you find that head turns make you feel a little bit challenged in your balance and stability, just take a sit down, take a pause here, and we've done that one, haven't we? We need to do head turns. So shoulders back, chin tucked, and we're glancing over one shoulder, returning back to the centre. Take a moment to pause and posture there before we head off to the other side. Now, I know before we've said look at the emblem on our t-shirts to see it moving when we're doing arm swings. Well, in this one, when I do a head turn, you shouldn't see the emblem on my t-shirt move. It's just the head, no trunk involvement here. We want to try and just take the head through its fullest range of movement without anything else joining in. 4 or 5 on each side, and hopefully we're even there. So take a moment, bring in a leg march again with an arm swing if that feels all right for you. Take up some support if you need, and this time with the arm swings I'd like you to just have a go at moving the trunk a little bit in with the arm swings. Same in the chair. If you want to keep your feet still as you try and practice this motion, so we've got a little bit of a change of gaze in front of us rather than over our shoulder, and this, you can feel it's a much smaller trunk movement here, which leads us in to our trunk twists. So settle the feet 50-50 over your feet and 50-50 weight over your hips if you're sat down. Try and keep it as you've just set it. This is one of your arm options if you feel okay freestanding, and we have a trunk twist in seated or standing positions with this arm position here. Shoulders are down, hold the arms low, not too high. If the higher they are, the more you'll perhaps start to lift up the shoulders. So keep it low. Focus being on your hips pointing forwards, and stay into the knees a fraction, so you're not letting the legs straighten all the way up. If you're facing your support, you need to hold on to something. Hand just goes across a bit on a bit of a diagonal. Your hips stay forwards, but your top half twists and turns. And if that feels okay, take a glance over your shoulder. So we are bringing in a fullest range trunk twist for us, and then a glance over the shoulder, which continues to move into the neck a little. And that's really functional, isn't it? As we trunk the twist, generally we've got something going on with the head and neck and gaze, to see where we're going, to check behind us, and so on and so forth. The bends. We've got the bends this time. Just gonna make my nose run. Oh. Right, wider stance here, so a bit for shoulder distance. Take that up. Fingertips along the seams of your trousers. You've got one hand on support should you need it, and then the top half staying in line with the bottom half. Take a pause and a posture in the middle. Off you go to the other side. So shoulders, head, neck, just relaxed as we've set it a moment ago. In this chair it's a little bit different. You might feel like you can go a bit further, but try if you are going that little bit further into the bend, try to keep your hips fixed into the seat. So you've got that grounding, you've got that stability from your sitting position and through where your feet are placed flat on the floor. Pause and a posture in the middle. Set you up before we set you off into a movement. So posture can be organised, and then we get the joints sitting in a better postural position for us to perform the movement from. So posture be your foundation. Take a pause there. Hopefully you're even on both sides with those twists and bends. And here's your back extension. So wider stance here with all of the trunk movements. Hands can be on the side of your hips, or if you've got something to hold on in front of you, take up that. Range of motions can be very different here from one person to another. So move to what feels good for you. We've got a lift and a lengthen through our torso. My knees haven't joined in straightening, so sink them down. Keep the chin down with the chin tuck and extend backwards. Recover. Take a pause, regain yourself just in that pause. In the seat, hands can be loosely on the thighs there, or if your chair allows you, mine's a bit awkward today, then you can have your hands on the side of your hips. Shoulders are away from the ears. We're lengthening through the torso, keeping the chin tucked in, so our gaze is ahead rather than looking upwards, and recover. So all of these trunk movements really help to maximise on what we've got around this area, can help to counterbalance any flex type postures that you might catch yourself in throughout the day. And believe you, there's probably quite a few of those where we're bending over doing stuff in the garden, kitchen, bathroom, etc. Ankle movements coming up. So let's get some heel pumps on the go. Just make them smaller, just make them slower so that you can bring a real good crease across the tops of your toe joints. The balls of the feet pressed into the ground. Okay, take a pause there. If you want to come into a seated position, as this challenges your balance in standing, then take up a seated position and hip walk back if your posture needs a rest as well. Oh, I'm too relaxed here. One foot comes up and we've got a point and a pull back with the toes. Slowly moving through the range of motion there. If you're at the front third of the chair, we've got a toe and a heel. Just lifting the knee up and down into that motion so that our toe can touch the same spot as the heel. And in standing leg really strong there. Pull up through the hip and use the bum muscles to pull up through the hip and stabilise that standing leg. I've got some support here as this can challenge your balance. We're essentially in a one-leg stand, aren't we? And this toe tap and heel dig is really light. Take a pause, take a turn around, many steps as you need, and then you can be off on the other side. Heel, really pulling the toes back and then really straightening out the toes and pointing the toes onto the same spot where your heel just left. Cool, that was a bit of a mouthful, that last bit. Hopefully we're even. We've done around 4 or 5 on each side, which is just enough to get the joints moving, but not too many that they start to tire out. And we can take as many repeats of those as we like through the day, depending on what you've been doing, depending on how you've been sitting, standing, moving through the day. Different bits and pieces feel it, don't they? So I think that's us done. Our morning routine ticked off, and we will have Dave with you at midday and Bex with you at 4 p.m. for the final 2 instalments of movement into your given day, plus all the crowbarring that you lot are up to as well. You're a right bunch of crowbarers. I'll leave you with that, in an affectionate way that was. Lots of love, see you tomorrow. Bye now.